Hey guys, it's time for the first episode of Rumbling Homes, and we're going to talk about September 5th Smackdown. The show starts with a video package of Nakamura and Randy Orton's number one contender match. It's going to be the main event for this episode of Smackdown, and it's a nice little video package. It's mainly just about whoever's finisher is going to hit first is going to win the match, and we're going to talk more about that later in the show. So the first in-ring actions between Carmella, Kevin Owens, and it starts with Carmella in the ring waiting for a match against Natalya. Kevin Owens comes out and wants to be the special guest referee for the match, which causes Shane McMahon to come out and says, no, it's not happening. You screwed Sammy out of his match last week with English, so I revoked that from the records. And you're not going to be doing it again here in this match, which causes Kevin Owens to go into this rant about how Shane McMahon's been the referee for two of his title matches against AJ Styles for the United States Championship and how he's cost him both by his biases, which he's claiming that Shane has. Shane says he called it fairly twice, and the only reason why he got involved in the second one was because Baron Corbin left, which causes Kevin Owens to get upset and throws a personal shot at him, saying that his whole family would be better if he died in the helicopter accident he was in, which puts Shane McMahon in a blind rage, as he would put it later in the show, and attacks Kevin Owens, throws him over the announce table, and it causes Daniel Bryan to have to run down the ramp and split it up. Then we cut to a backstage segment with Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens saying he's going to sue WWE, he's going to sue Shane McMahon. SmackDown's really going to be the Kevin Owens show because he's going to get it by suing the company. And it makes Daniel Bryan feel very uncomfortable, not sure what to do. And then we cut back to the ring with Carmella getting ready for a match with Natalya. It's a good match, good pace. Carmella gets better and better every time she wrestles, I feel like she's not ready for the championship yet, and she needs to wait a little bit longer, which we saw with Ellsworth, who dropped the briefcase in the ring during the match. The referee picks it up, thinking she wants to cash in. She quickly grabs it, throws it back at Ellsworth, and says, "What are you doing?" She gets rolled up for the 1-2-3, which makes Carmella mad that she lost against Natalya, and that she almost lost her Money in the Bank briefcase at a moment when she didn't want to use it. And she tells Ellsworth, "I'm done with you, I don't want to see you anymore," and she walks away. Carmella's good on the mic, as we all know, and I feel like she can become something better in the ring as long as she's given time. So I feel like the cash-in's not going to happen for a while now. I feel like they want her to perform better in the ring. She can get on the level of Charlotte and Becky. I feel like she just needs more practice, and she gets better every time she wrestles, so we'll see how she improves later on in her career. After that, we see the re-debut of Dolph Ziggler, and he's just basically making fun of some gimmicks here. It was kind of a weird segment. I didn't know how I felt about it. It was funny, especially when he did the Macho Man Randy Savage to give that nostalgia feel, making fun of fans who pop for just nostalgia acts. Like when the Hardys came back, we all popped just because it's the Hardy Boys. But the girl who played Miss Elizabeth with him is actually Eugene's ex-wife, little known fact. And it was a nice segment, kind of weird, because he also came out to John Cena's music, doing stuff John Cena does, and came out Naomi wearing a wig and a robe. And his whole point was, you cheer for these dumb gimmicks when I can outperform anybody in this ring. So why don't you cheer for me just because I don't have a gimmick? So he's like going against gimmicks here, which is his gimmick now, that he hates gimmicks. But he is a great in-ring performer, and I'm happy to see kind of like a personal story coming into the creative room, because we know he's upset that he hasn't been in the main event push lately, and that his whole career has been kind of more downs than up. And we'll see if he can take the most of this and maybe get a championship shot from it. After that, it was Sami versus English rematch. Sami Zayn interrupts English during his song that he does before every match, and it was a good match. It was very competitive. I'm happy that Aiden English doesn't get squashed anymore. I enjoy him a little bit, but I'm kind of upset that he won through a roll-up, beating Sami. Sami gets upset, chases him out of the ring, and they're probably going to have a final match at Hell in a Cell. Sami probably go over, but it should be a good match. Aiden English can perform, so I'm happy he's not getting squashed, but I want to see Sami in bigger feuds. I feel like he could be a really big face if they push him right. He deserves a better title opportunities, and I just hope more for Sami's career. I don't want him to be a low mid-card. I don't even remember the last time he won, to be honest. Let's be real. Daniel Bryan comes into the ring after that match and tells Shane McMahon to get off the phone with his dad, and then he's suspended indefinitely which causes Shane to drop the microphone, leave the ring. The crowd chants, "Thank you, Shane." And later we would find out that Mr. McMahon's going to come to SmackDown next week to talk to Kevin Owens. And the whole thing's probably going to lead to a match against Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon at Hell in a Cell. Probably the only match worthy being put in a Hell in a Cell. I just really don't like these gimmick pay-per-views. I feel like it makes the match feel less important. Like, it's just in a Hell in a Cell because it's the gimmick of the pay-per-view. I liked it better when it was like Judgment Day and the main event would be in Hell in a Cell because the rivalry's been going on for like 3 to 4 months and they just can't stand each other so much that they have to put it in this structure where they're going to be able to cause as much pain to each other as possible. Not just, it's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, let's have a Hell in a Cell. After that segment between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, we get a Corbin-Ty Dillinger match, which was a really good match. Ty Dillinger can go if you give him the time and let him put his work in. He started the match by diving through the ropes, throwing Baron into the barricade, coming out really aggressive. Gave the 10 punches in the corner. And then Baron Corbin starts to do some heelish moves, like slapping him in the neck to win the match. For an example, he slapped him in the neck like this. And then do the end of days 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is so upset that Baron Corbin cheated that he lets Ty Dillinger get a title shot next week in Las Vegas. I'm sure Baron Corbin's going to interfere. And maybe we'll get like a nice triple threat at Hell in a Cell. That would be nice because Ty Dillinger can really go. And he makes Baron Corbin look good, which a lot of people can't do, as we've seen in the past. And AJ Styles can make both of them look like $1 million, as he can do with anybody. I really want to see AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger go at it. I feel like Ty Dillinger is a great wrestler, and he needs a little bit more of an opportunity. And him and AJ Styles can be a really fun match if given more time than they were the last time they faced. And I really don't care for Baron Corbin that much. I was happy when he lost his Money in the Bank. I don't think he's that skilled in the ring. But he has been improving a little bit, and I'm sure AJ Styles will make him look better than he has been looking. Then we get into the main event. Oh, no, first, let's talk about this dumb backstage scene between Carmella and Ellsworth. Ellsworth comes back trying to apologize, saying he's so sorry for what happened, and that he wishes he could take it back, and if he gets one more chance. Carmella says, "Listen, I'll take you back, but we're going to play by my rules." Gives him a big kiss and then smacks him. I don't know. It was just cringy. I didn't want to watch it. I don't want to watch someone with no teeth get kissed by Carmella. That's just me personally. Anyways, let's get to the main event. It was a good match. I feel like they could have done more. I felt like they held back a little bit, but it was a good pace. Told the story of whoever hits the finisher first is going to win. I really enjoyed the reversal of the RKO that Nakamura did into the armbar. It looked so smooth. It looked great. I don't think I've ever seen it before, that reversal. And Nakamura would end up getting the victory, and we got to hear Corey Graves say Kinshasa again, which was a highlight of the show, that Corey Graves is now on the commentary team because JBL stepped down. And Nakamura will be facing Jinder Mahal at Hell in a Cell. Hopefully not in a Hell in a Cell. I don't feel like Jinder or Nakamura can tell that good of a story inside the Hell in a Cell structure, and I feel like it'll hurt the match they'll have. They had an alright match at SummerSlam. The only advantage of it being in Hell in a Cell is that the Sling Brothers would either have to find a creative way to make themselves get inside the cage, or there won't be any outside interference at all, and it might be Jinder Mahal's first win clean as champion, or I might see Nakamura get the title. I'll be surprised if Nakamura gets the title. I feel like they're not done with Jinder yet. He's already had an over 100-day title reign, which is surprising to me, but I feel like they're going to keep going, and Jinder Mahal does keep improving. I wasn't so sure at him first, but I'm becoming more and more of a fan of him. He's being a good heel. I like what he's doing. But Nakamura does deserve the title, but we all know how Mr. McMahon feels about foreigners winning his main title, so I'll be really surprised if Nakamura goes away with the title. Some food for